welcome to my channel. It's just a chill, rainy day, cozy and comfy, reaching the end chapters of Project Hecatoon. When I tell y'all I am getting sad, and I'm doing another writing sprint currently right now, 40-minute sprints of writing and then taking a break. So right now is like the actual break of that time. Let's talk about updates. I am at a total of 74,577 words and I am working on chapter 34. I completed and mapped out the zero draft for the remaining chapters. I thought earlier this week that I would be able to finish wrapping up on that. As it turns out, I'm not. And yeah, we're gonna have another update. Project Hecatoon is coming to a close of book 1. And I really honestly cannot believe I've written 74,000 words. 74,577 to be exact. Hey friends, thanks for tuning into my channel today. Those who don't know me, my name is Candace and this is my channel Beauty and All, and I post writing content. A little bit about me: I'm a 9-to-5 girly, I'm a content creator, and I am currently working on my debut novel, Project Hecatoon. Project Hecatoon is an adult fantasy novel featuring a world of mythology, magic systems, ancient magic, curses, deities, romance, just all the feels of what fantasy is. I'm hoping for that to be. Getting right into it, I know y'all are looking for an update and where I currently am with Project Hecatoon. I did write everything down on some sticky notes. As y'all seen on Saturday, a recap of that, I had attended 2 writing sprints with some author tubers that I follow on YouTube. Attended a writing sprint at 10 a.m. and then the other was at 1 p.m. And with those 2 writing sprints, one of them, it was about, I think it was 20-minute increments, and then the second writing sprint I attended, we did increments of 40 minutes of writing. So in total for the Saturday writing sprint, I completed writing 1,725 words on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I did my own writing sprints and I did 2 40-minute sprints. And I wrote a total of 2,750 words. 2,075 words. There we go. So in total on Saturday and Sunday, I wrote an even number of words. If y'all was doing the math, that was 3,800 words that I wrote in total on Saturday and Sunday. I believe in the beginning when I told y'all I had written down 74,577 words. So with this Saturday and Sunday's recap, that currently put me at 78,357 words. I am treading on the way to 100K. I don't know if I'm going to get there, but it feels very, very close. Very, very close that I'm on a way to 100K of completing this fantasy novel. And I am, like I told y'all before, reaching the very end chapters of Project Hecatoon. I am getting sad because it's like, even though this is not the last book in this series, I'm just getting sad because it's like, dang, like you really started this, Candace, several months ago, and now you're reaching the end of this. But it's going to be a long journey to get everything to the full end of being published. And then once it's published, there's still more work to do after that. Like, it doesn't just end once it's published. So it's just kind of sad because it's like I'm riding along with these characters and this is what's happening. Like, their journey, their character arcs, it's just a wild ride in general. But It's cool. Total chapters and what I currently have completed is 34 chapters, and I have 5 more chapters left that I anticipate to write. Can that break up into being more than 5 chapters? Yes, but that's not how I drafted my 4-act structure, and that's not how I drafted my zero draft. But if I am continuing to write and I see that there are more things that are coming out that I need to bring out within this novel, then I'm definitely going to add on to that. 100K is not the goal. I just imagine that I would at least write 100K in words for this fantasy novel, just because world building itself is so intricate and it's just like a cluster and so confusing. And while I'm not doing a huge world building, like building everything out of being a whole new world, it's almost kind of like a secondary world where it's like amongst humans and there's already kind of a backbone and structure there. There's just still some things that need to be identified in order to really make this book come alive as you're reading. Today writing, I did a 40-minute sprint today and it wasn't very productive. And what I written down today, I wrote a total of 736 words, so that put me at 79,093 words. I didn't really like it too much. I think I'm gonna go back and delete it because I wasn't too proud of it. And it could have been that I just wasn't inspired enough. Normally I have music playing, and the music that I had playing, it just wasn't doing it for me for the type of scene that I was writing. Not scratch what I did today, but it's a real huge question if I'm going to keep it. I didn't do any writing yesterday, so I wanted to try writing something today. But I was able to do 736 words, which is not around the same amount of words that I normally do for a 40-minute sprint that I just discovered recently that I've been doing. So tomorrow I'm gonna try giving it a go. I'm just gonna reread over chapter 35 that I was working on today. And if I'm feeling it, I'll leave it. If I'm not, I'll take it out, or maybe I'll tweak it a little bit. Y'all, it's maintenance week this week, so please excuse like my broken nails, like my head wrap. I got on my pajamas already. It's maintenance week, okay? But I just wanted to make sure I can get this content because I'm holding myself accountable. So another thing that I have been doing is studying, because as I'm reaching the end of Project Hecatomb, I told y'all before there's going to be a heavy, and I mean extremely heavy, editing process. And one thing about me that I know is that I know I'm gonna have to fix my grammar, my manuscript spacing, just everything in general. I know is gonna have to be updated. I'm not the most effective with like certain writing styles and things like that. So this is like a huge project for me that I'm really putting in hours in on trying to understand. Because yes, I am writing a story and I can write a story, but that doesn't mean that it is a good story. And so I've been really taking my time doing research with different author tubers. I looking at one YouTuber, and I told her she was my professor. I don't know if she known it or not, but she was one of the writing sprints I attended this past weekend. But I've been watching her writing content on how to do world building, character conflicts, just a bunch of different stuff. I've been watching her videos and I was taking notes on a 4-act structure, just how to really create that arc within the structure to make sure that you're creating conflict at certain parts. I've been looking at how to write immersive writing, writing effective descriptions of character, fixing the first draft and development phases. One of the videos that I was watching that was super important is how to edit the first draft. Like once I am done with this first draft, I'll probably take like a week break, and during that week break from the actual story itself is to start building templates that I'm going to need to start on draft 2 once after I'm done reading everything from the beginning all the way to the ending. Something else that other things that I've been looking into is fantasy world building with magic systems, myth, and faith. I thought it was very interesting that a lot of videos that I have watched, not just from this one particular person, is that faith building and religion within world building is very important and intricate in making sure that the story really makes sense. So I never really thought about that with world building, but I have the concept down of the species that's in featuring in my novel of what their religion is, but like really honing in on it and making sure it's right is very important. Of course, I'm not going to get it right the first time around with this, but I am definitely going to be looking towards feedback from certain individuals. That is the update I have for y'all today. Thank y'all for watching my video. If you're interested in watching more of my writing content, please hit the subscribe button and like this video. And if there's a certain topic that you would like to see on the writing content, please let me know in the comments.